Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I am Anuradha Sengupta. You can't have missed the ads for the July 1st deadline for homes in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai to go from analog to digital TV. The jury is out on whether this deadline will be met, and there's fear that there will be chaos unless there's an extension. But for the direct-to-home or DTH operators, the current situation offers a huge opportunity to take a bite out of cable and to collectively increase their subscriber base. Pavni Mittal reports on what the key players are doing to make the most of the digitization deadline.
At least 1,000 homes here in Patliputra Nagar in suburban Mumbai are expected to switch from analog to digital cable come July 1st. And while MSOs and DTH operators are working overtime to meet the digitization deadline, let's see what people have to say about the deadline and the choices they are making.
हमने अभी तक सोचा नहीं है कि हम सेटअप बॉक्स लेंगे या DTH लेंगे.
We want a common discontinuum for our society. Maybe we may go with one of the DTH operators if they give us a good offer. Otherwise, we'll go with our cable operator.
I would prefer a cable operator rather than a DTH. I think the services rendered is much better compared to your DTH.
प्रेफर करूँगा कि केबल ऑपरेटर से ले, बिकॉज केबल ऑपरेटर से लेने से आपको धार्मिक चैनल देखने मिलेंगे जो डिजिटल पे नहीं दिखाते हैं, जो केबल ऑपरेटर अपनी तरफ से अपने ऑन छोड़ते हैं पब्लिक की सुविधा के लिए. और डिजिटाइज लूँगा तो उसमें प्रॉब्लम ये होगी कि रिफ़िल की तरह करना पड़ेगा कि पहले रिफ़िल करो तब आपका टीवी चलेगा. और यहाँ पे केबल ऑपरेटर के आफ्टर पैसे लेके आता है, महीने के बाद पहले प्रोग्राम देता है, उसके बाद में पैसे लेता है.
नहीं, अभी टाइम है, हम ले लेंगे आराम से. 1 जुलाई टाइम है.
इसमें आता है कि अपने केबल ऑपरेटर से संपर्क करो, तो हम उसी को संपर्क करेंगे. हमको कोई और ऑप्शन ही नहीं है.
अभी तक पैसा तो मैंने भरा हो, चेंज अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. जब भी केबल वाले को पूछता हो तो बोलते हैं कि जब सबका आएगा जब भी लगा देंगे, नाम लिख के रखा हो करके.
These are just some of the over 1.2 crore homes across Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai that the government expects will be converting from analog to digital cable. Cable operators, that's multi-system operators, who have been importing set-top boxes to meet the demand, are struggling to meet the deadline. Not only are the targets too big to meet, but many customers have not yet understood the ramifications or made their choices.
There is a finite number that an MSO can manage. It's a few thousand every day, not more than that. So that is the limitation and not the availability of boxes. And secondly, when you couple this problem with the problem that subscriber has to pay for it, howsoever small the payment, even if you are subsidizing it as I've already said, then we cannot design or we cannot plan for deployment on the assumption that everybody is going to buy. People will wait till the last minute to buy. That's the problem.
But for the 6 DTH operators in the country that service 44 million homes, this regulation has provided a big opportunity. All of them are out to make the best of it. From a fresh burst of advertising to new value-added services, they are hoping that cable's loss will be their gain.
In the absence of legislation like the digitalization cutoff date, it was difficult to convince a customer to invest in a set-top box, which is an entry cost, because he could get a analog cable connection for free without any setup cost, and he only had to pay the monthly subscription charges. Now it becomes a little easier, because if every customer has to pick up a set-top box, whether it's from a digital cable operator or from a DTH operator, then your job becomes a little easier.
Dish TV, the largest DTH operator in the country with 13 million subscribers, has tripled its retail partners in the last 3 months and has acquired close to 1.5 million set-top boxes to meet the expected demand. It has struck strategic partnerships with about 100 local cable operators in New Delhi and plans to do the same in other cities. An ad campaign is also on the cards, but its main focus is being available on the ground.
LCO will anyway lose that subscriber if the customer opts for DTH. We are asking him, you can supply DTH to that subscriber, don't lose the subscriber, don't lose the revenue. We have given you an option too. That's for LCO to decide how much he goes on to give on to DTH and how many customers he wants to go on to give to MSO. In terms of DTH, we are the only player who is doing this. Now the good part is that we are offering them as much share or money as they will get from the MSO.
With around 10 million subscribers and a 25% market share, Tata Sky is the second largest DTH operator in the country. The 8-year-old brand is seeing an opportunity now to take on the market leader. Though its ad spend is the same as it was last year, the predominantly TV advertiser is using local newspapers and hoardings to make its point. Investment in distribution and training manpower has increased by 10 times since last year to meet the surge in demand expected closer to the deadline.
When it comes to a target, I don't think it's very easy to define because there's no precedent to this form of mass conversion from analog to digital. Conversion that has been happening so far has been slow and steady. Now, when it happens slow and steady, you can project the target going forward. But when such kind of a mass conversion happens, much of your ability to convert will depend on the infrastructure that you've created on the ground, both in terms of set-top boxes and in terms of manpower to install.
Monish, I love you! Airtel, which commands a market share of around 18%, is banking on its interactive services to drive demand, especially among the youth. It rolled out this campaign last week, on which sources say it has spent close to 13 crore rupees. The company has invested close to 150 crore rupees to ramp up its distribution. It's expecting to add at least 1.5 million subscribers by the 1st of July.
सिर्फ केबल नहीं, लाइव बदलो.
We have tightened or strengthened our distribution infrastructure to ensure that customers across the length and breadth of India can get the advantage of buying in Airtel digital TV. Then we are equally focusing on the retail part as well, because end of the day the customer would go to the retail store for buying a digital connection, and most of the purchases we have seen happen at the TV selling outlets.
Videocon, which is hoping to add around 1 million subscribers in the 4 metros, has been running this campaign for the last 2 weeks. Ad spends have gone up by 30% this year, and the company will be shelling out 60 crore rupees on this campaign. With around 6 million subscribers and a 14% market share, the 3-year-old brand is targeting premium consumers. It has increased the number of Bengali and northeastern channels to be stronger in the east.
It is the last opportunity to grab as many customers as you can in these 4 metros, because after the digitization, all houses are digitized, then you don't have this opportunity. So, including Videocon, all other operators, they're trying their best.
While DTH players are optimistic of increasing the subscriber base and market share, MSOs say that they are confident only 15% of their subscribers will switch to DTH.
Now the competition would be between equals, or maybe I can dare say that cable is going to be much better. So it's going to be that much more difficult for DTH to win away subscribers. So they will continue to spend money on marketing.
Sources say that the June 30th deadline will be extended by at least 3 to 4 months, and that a government announcement to this effect is likely next week. MSOs will be relieved since they managed to see barely 25% of the total set-top boxes required, and as for the DTH players, well, they'll have to wait a little bit longer to see just how big their gains will be. In Mumbai, Pavni Mittal.
DTH operators trying to make the most of the opportunity. And up next on Storyboard.